Gemini, welcome to your November 2025 monthly reading. I don't know why I always go blank with the date. Anyways, maybe y'all just feel lost in space or something, Gemini, but let's take a look. What's going on with you? I'm just going to blame you, Gemini. Let's see. Geminis, you've been going through some crazy shit, huh? Because your past readings have been... they've been pretty rough. But let's take a look here, Gemini. Also, too, if you want to book a reading with me, that link is down below in the description of the video. But let's take a look here, Gemini. This is a major improvement from your last read. I'll say that, and then we'll jump in here. He pulled this North Node card, Life's Purpose. You're hungry. I think you're done waiting. You're done waiting. Geminis are like, it's up to me to accomplish what I want to accomplish here. The North Node can bring a hunger to where you're literally craving to establish a better future for yourself, to the point in which you're ready to step outside of your comfort zone and shake things up. You're tired of repeating the same old fucking patterns or being stuck in the same old loops and cycles. Because I know you're stuck in a loop and a cycle, Gemini. Eight of Swords in the world, or the Wheel of Fortune. The Eight of Swords is your overall energy, and the Wheel of Fortune is your current energy. This is your chance to break free from the cyclic wheel in which you have found yourself stuck. Now there's an opportunity and an opening here for you to step through and step in to shift out of this energy. The Wheel of Fortune says the wheel's gonna spin, but if it lands on something, are you gonna begin? Or are you just gonna spin the wheel again? Geminis. You pulled this Galactic Mushroom card. It says the Divine Matrix here. A lot of you are waking up to, I sense, to the truths and the realizations of things that you were once unaware of before. I think you're just ready for growth, though. I think you've become consciously aware of what has not been working. And that's sort of what I got for you last time, Gemini. Somebody left a comment and said, I can't remember the exact words, but they were like, damn, Austin. I think there was something along the lines of, you look miserable always doing the Gemini reads. You must know because we're going through the worst. Or I don't know what it was. It was just hilarious. You pull this, a new start is coming. So again, this is the beginning of something new that can emerge here, but it's whether or not you plant that new seed, and also if you water it and nurture it. You have the Eight of Swords. Let's jump into your reading. But this is a good read, though. You are overcoming challenges and blocks and obstacles here. You're finding and rediscovering, I feel, your willpower. And I think it's with the Queen of Wands here in the outcome position, you're also regaining strength. Like you're regaining confidence, ambition, self-determination, and reclaiming your authority and your power. So wherever you felt like your power was missing, I feel it's being restored here. All right. You have the Eight of Swords for the overall energy and the Wheel of Fortune in your current energy. This is the time for you to break free. I said this for Geminis. I think for Geminis, it is hard for y'all. Not only do you have the nodes literally squaring you, but you also have like Neptune and Saturn squaring you. So it could feel as if nothing makes sense. And for a Gemini, that can drive a Gemini crazy because things need to make sense. And so the Eight of Swords, I feel, is where I think things have been confusing. It's like you've been trying to understand everything and connect everything and figure out the reason why with stuff. But the test here for you is to it's like kind of letting go of trying to figure it all out. It's like, yeah, you want to figure out the things that you can figure out, but the things that you just are outside of your control, it's about leaving that up to the divine to take care of. So you could be strengthening your faith at this time with the Wheel of Fortune because it's Jupiter. Jupiter represents faith. But there's a lot of questions, and I feel like a lot of unanswered answers. You have the Wheel of Fortune here in your current energy at this time. I think this is the chance here, or the time for you to like break free from some type of pattern or loop here. The Wheel of Fortune can signify cycles that just go in a circle. It's not until we become conscious of the cycle that we've been in to where we can shift it. But the Eight of Swords can be a lack of awareness. And so you're trying to figure out how to do that. Because you're hungry for just establishing a better future and moving forward and getting unstuck from the pattern in which you've found yourself in with things. If this doesn't resonate, this is not your read. All right, let somebody else have it. But I think here with the Four of Wands being in your challenge and the Five of Cups as your advice, I think right now what you're looking for in life at this time, the challenge, Four of Wands, so you're looking for excitement, adventure, and passion. You actually want to create things that actually feel connected to yourself, like that genuinely are exciting and it feels like you. The Five of Cups, though, is your advice here. I kind of get, though, one thing that's happening is like you could be processing things at this time. Like there could be emotional blocks at this time that you're still like working through. Like there's things here that you're definitely letting go of with the Five of Cups, and it hasn't been easy. The Five of Cups signifies when there's an emotional attachment to a person, place, thing, or experience that still is affecting us, even if it happened in the past. And so it's like this process of letting it go. It's the feeling of loss and trying to like let go of that experience. So your advice here is like processing emotion, right? The Eight of Swords is like when we're trying to intellectualize everything, or it's like we're like, all right, there's been a split between the mind and the body. So I think this is about coming back to yourself and like feeling what you actually feel, because you got to feel it in order to heal it. And I think that's your advice. You got to feel it in order to heal it. Yeah, you got to feel it in order to heal it. And the more you go off feeling and intuition, I think is what helps break the pattern here, break the cycle. I'm not just saying this like I know the astrology too. I could touch base on it, but I think that's what I think. All right, I'll touch base on it. Like, cause right, we're coming off the Jupiter. We still got it going on. It's the Jupiter in Cancer, square Chiron in Aries. And so Chiron represents our wounds that need to be healed, and with it being in Aries, Aries represents the self, the ego. And with Jupiter being in Cancer, Cancer rules the emotional body. And so it's like we're healing our emotional wounds around our ego and our sense of self. But also Neptune just retrograded out of Aries and came back into Pisces. And I think the one thing, Neptune, like I said, squaring you, that Neptune is the projection of images and ideals, but aren't always necessarily rooted in reality. So with it, when it was in Aries and with Chiron being retrograde in Aries, it was basically like our ego wanting things to look a certain way, and we're trying to strive for that performance and those ambitions. And but what can happen is that there can literally, it's like we're so focused on performance that we actually lose touch with like what we actually feel. So I think here that this is you like coming back to yourself and listening to what it is that you actually feel. Does that make sense? Probably not. You pulled the Chariot here. I'm a little tired. You pulled the Chariot. I'll make it make sense in the end though. But with the Chariot being here in the future position, I do see you overcoming what this Five of Cups is. Five of Cups, the fives represent challenges, hurdles, friction, and the Chariot's willpower. So the ability to use your will to overcome challenges. But you have to like engage your will. Like the Chariot says that you have to be able to be aware of your emotions and how they're controlling you and your future destiny. That's why the Chariot deals with reclaiming your destiny and taking control of your future. And what that requires sometimes with the Five of Cups is like having to get a grip on the emotional blockages and work through those things, so that way they're not sabotaging us from achieving the type of success that we want. So this Queen of Wands being here in the outcome position, I do see you overcoming this. And I think one of the reasons why I did a video on this on the astrology channel, there's a powerful grand water trine which is allowing for us to literally gain a deeper sense of awareness emotionally in regards to finding deeper penetrative insights with wisdom and a higher understanding of things, which gives faith, courage, and optimism, but also allows for you to become aware of what you were unaware of before. And with Saturn being in Pisces in the mix, it's about this internal structuring and dissolving of the emotional blocks that were once stopping us from being able to gain traction and being able to build the ideal future that we want. So it's like I think this energy is going to help you here establish traction and restore things emotionally, but also boost your optimism, your creativity, and your will. So the Page of Wands in the position with the Queen of Wands, something you're unaware of. You don't have to have everything figured out. I would just really go off of what your intuition is telling you to do. Like being connected to the flow and what feels right. Clarify the Eight of Swords here for the overall energy. You pulled the Lovers here. You may be questioning your path at this time in life. Your life's purpose. North Node, the Lovers deals with your life's purpose. It's not just love. That it's like when you don't feel in alignment with your life's perfect, you don't feel whole. You don't feel whole, right? And the Lovers can signify on the lower side, it's separation. Like you feel separate, you feel disconnected. And so you don't feel whole. And so it's like you're seeking and questioning and looking for meaning and trying to merge with something that brings that oneness feeling. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune in your current energy. You pulled the Knight of Cups here. Again, this is about vulnerability and courage to trust your heart and move in the direction of the emotional experiences that you want to have. Because that door is open for you right now with this Wheel of Fortune. This is whether or not you're going to take a chance. I'll give you a good example. I'll use myself for an example. Like I just uploaded on the Astrology channel. I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, this is an example. Like I just uploaded on the Astrology channel and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do it the way I've always done it. Like it just doesn't feel right now. I'm gonna create and move from a place that my heart actually wants to move from. Right? What feels right? And so I just turned on the video and just started talking. And it wasn't the usual way I usually do it. I usually like have the charts open and I usually like do the whole weekly breakdown, but I'm like changing things and I'm going off of feeling. I'm not going off of performance and, you know, perfectionism and stuff like that. Clarify the Four of Wands in the challenge. You have the Three of Swords here. I genuinely feel like you just feel like you're not getting what it is that you want. You may even feel with that Eight of Swords and the Lovers, like you don't, like relationships could be struggling in your life, at this time. You just feel like things are unfair. And also too, you know, Four of Wands, Three of Swords, you know, if people don't want to connect with you or people don't see your value, although it hurts, the Five of Cups is the advice is like, you got to accept that, you know. I'm not saying that the shit don't hurt because I know it hurts. But I think the more we hold on to the ideal expectation of something and then it doesn't go our way, it's like the more pain we cause ourselves. Clarify the Chariot in the future. You have the Two of Swords here. I see you getting off the fence. You know, if you've been indecisive, Eight of Swords, Two of Swords. You know, Two of Swords is about contemplation, reflection, and seeing how you feel about something before making a decision. But sometimes we can get stuck in that space for too long and procrastinate. It's like we eventually have to make a decision. And so I think this is you like making a decision to really make decisions to move forward and get yourself unstuck with the Chariot. But I'm also seeing you make peace with something from the past with this Five of Cups, Three of Swords, and moving away from it or moving on from it. Clarify the Queen of Cups here. Not gonna lie, this is a very difficult time in the astrology. Like anybody who's acting like they have it all together, they full of shit. It's tough. Like it's not. It feels like shit's dissolving. Clarify the Queen of Wands and the outcome. You have the Five of Swords. Yeah, you're taking your power back. I knew it. Five of Swords is disconnecting from people, places, situations that really have been taking your power away from you. And this is about reestablishing your own independence, autonomy, and individuality without the influence of other people affecting that. So I kind of see you chunking up the middle finger here, Gemini, and doing your thing and reclaiming your power and just kind of saying fuck it, to be honest. Like I think this is you just not caring so much about what people think, how they're going to perceive you, how you express yourself, what you do. I think that's also going to be a big thing in the astrology. It's like you'll be able to tell like who's authentic and who's not. I'm telling you, that Neptune that was in Aries was this illusion to strive for performance and perfectionism. And also Neptune is like it's a projection of images. So it's like it's like a role that we're trying to play. And it can be fucking exhausting. It's not until you take off the mask and get real with yourself, Pisces, and you feel what you actually feel and come from that place of authenticity that you can become free. Clarify the Five of Cups as your advice. The World. Yeah, I knew it. So like your advice is like closing out a chapter in a cycle. That's been hard. It's been hard to close it out. And the World card in the Wheel of Fortune signifies cycles that are still open but need to be closed. But it's not until you close those cycles or those chapters that you'll be able to actually move forward. So the advice is to feel it in order to heal it, move through it. But it's ultimately about accepting the loss or letting go of something that just ideally, spiritually, is not in alignment with you anymore. I think you already know that, so I don't think this is like anything that I'm saying that, you know. But your advice is, if you want love or you want to date or you want to go out there and have a good time, go do it. Page of Wands, Four of Wands, Page of Pentacles, that there's great experiences waiting for you here. Or just when it comes to just doing anything in general that you personally enjoy and want to do for yourself, Four of Wands, Page of Wands, go do it. Because I feel it's going to help you develop a better life here or make your situation better with the Page of Pentacles. Even if it's something you want to create, do, it's just really about listening to, it's about reclaiming your sense of self and autonomy. It's not that you don't have those things, but it's like where you've been giving your power away to things. I'll pull you one more card, Gemini. You pulled this overflow card. It says overwhelm and plenty. Yeah, there's so much, like, so many, I feel like positive emotional experiences waiting for you, but it's having to close something out emotionally, let something go. You know what this kind of reminds me of? It's kind of like an ex that tries to come back, or like you're dealing with an ex or something like that. I think this shit is over with. And I know you may not want to hear that, but this is very karmic. You got the nodes in this read, the World and the Wheel of Fortune. Neo, what are you doing? Yeah, that's what I'm getting here, Gemini. But also, too, if you just feel disconnected from yourself spiritually, I would start listening more to your heart and what actually feels right, not, how you feel, how you think you need to show up and how you think you need to be. Because I feel like that's what's going to really propel you forward and push you into success and just feeling like yourself again. So I hope that helped, Gemini, in your reading. I'm going to leave your reading here. I appreciate you. If you want to book a reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. And otherwise than that, Gemini, I'm wishing you the best, and I'll see you later.